Hey, what's up, guys? So in this video, I want to speak more about how to track customer acquisitions. So, for me personally, whenever I'm thinking of customer acquisitions, I first of all start from like the top of the pyramid. So what I mean by that as an example is that I would first think of the product or service that I'm trying to promote. So that's kind of what I mean by the big picture. So, once you have identified the product or the service that you're trying to promote, you have to identify the assets and the platforms that you have available in order to help you distribute your assets. And once people start checking you out, you're going to build data via Google Analytics, and that's where you're going to segment your audience based off their behavior. So their behavior in a way would be a great indicator of how you can segment specific audience and retarget that specific audience based off their behavior. So as an example, add to cart would be a behavior, right? Or if they click on a specific picture, anything can be tracked really on your website. So I wrote down these 7 steps where if you're going through the process of investigating, you're going to research, learn, teach, simplify, systemize, automate, and report at the end of the day. So you always want to start out with the ideal customer profile based off the product or service that you have, right? So you have the product. So we have a baseball here. Who is the ideal customer for this product? That's always where you always want to begin. Segment your market. So that means that you have to find out where those potential clients are, segment based off that, and just focus your efforts on those specific markets. So that could be, as an example, a specific social media or anything in particular, a group. Your strategic messaging should always be depending upon the words that your potential audience use. So you have to incorporate their vocabulary into your message. Your marketing channels, as I was mentioning, segmenting your market comes down to your marketing channels. So that's kind of where you're selecting which channels to market on. Call to action, digital assets, and landing pages. So call to action are just efforts in order to kind of help people go towards what you want them to take action on. So as an example, a call to action would be to call you for a free trial or for a free audit or for whatever. The whole point is that they're taking action, hence the word call to action. So digital assets, have your landing pages. Make sure that your marketing is aligned with your sales. So what that means is that once people go through the funnel and they are speaking with maybe your sales team, that your sales team is aligned with the marketing that you have been putting out. Tracking and analytics, budgets, ROI. So how much are you putting in and your budget? Optimizing your budget, creating reports to track marketing performance. So it comes down to creating more targeted, segmented campaigns, not generic campaigns. So your campaigns are more targeted. So, but at the end of the day, it always begins with the product itself, the baseball. Then you find out the customer and you start building down upon that online. So let's move on. So your strategic messaging, a message with clarity that connects or resonates with the audience. So strategic messaging can be associated with your content marketing strategy, your custom marketing campaigns, right, to promote to specific audiences of specific products or services. Your copywriting, so what you say is extremely important. Your SEO efforts, so are you writing articles to increase your strategic messaging to grow your brand, or are you not? Are you optimizing your articles, or are you not? Are you optimizing your social media appropriately? Optimizing PPC or remarketing campaigns to help you grow your strategic messaging. Are you creating reports to help you know whether if all these efforts are really effective or are they not? So the ideal customer profile, let me move myself out of the way. So know your product service, you know how to frame it and how to position it. So we have these customer groups here. I downloaded these images from a website. I forgot which one. But here's an example. You're going to see here we have UK customers. So there's a variety of different customers, right? So the process is, how are you going to position yourself for this particular vehicle? So you're going to see how, for this particular example, they gave the example where if it's a 2-car seat vehicle, the more likely vehicle to select is this one or this one, right? Or on this scenario, they're segmenting, or they're isolating on the basis of the economy, or whether if there is a sporty preference, a luxury preference, or a family preference. So the ideal customer profile in itself can be classified and segmented in so many different ways. So segmenting your market. So as I had just mentioned, there's so many ways to segment. So you target the specific segment that you want to target, the specific audience that you want to target, and then you position your product for that specific segmented audience. Decide on the optimal marketing mix. So what do I mean by that? Having a little bit of all this, essentially. So segmenting your audience, market segmentation. You always want to identify basis for segmentation. So here's a basis: sporty, luxury, economy, or family. So that would be a basis. Determine important characteristics of each market segment. So you can think of those further down, but the main thing is that you are segmenting your audience. You're positioning yourself, and you're planning accordingly to your positioning. So when it comes to your marketing channels, you can have many different channels, of course. So you're going on the offense. If you think about it, you are an offensive player trying to score as many points as possible. And your analytics, you want to improve your analytics numbers. So you're kind of like an MVP caliber player, who's trying to increase their numbers via marketing channels. So marketing channels are, in a way, weapons that you can use to help you increase your brand awareness, as an example. So you can see here, the old thinking would refer to individual platforms, but the new way of thinking is that you have to be very consciously aware that mobile design is the future. So mobile design, extremely important. AMP, Google that if you don't know what that is. So call to action, digital assets, and landing pages. So as I had just mentioned, marketing channels can be in various forms. You can have a blog, you can have an ad, email, SEO, social media, PPC, or if you look on this side, you can have the traditional way: broadcast media, website, business cards, seminars, direct mail, articles, videos, blogs, email. The list just goes on and on. So the main thing is that you're always driving people to a call to action, where you're trying to get them to take a specific action that you want them to take on your website, and that you have the digital assets in order to provide the right impression of your brand and collecting leads via landing pages. So aligning marketing and sales. So for marketers, it's important to understand that that communicating with the sales team is crucial to accomplishing their overall company goal to drive sales. So you always begin with the digital assets, and there will be a marketing automation in between to help you distribute the content. There will be a CRM helping you helping you handle all the leads that are coming in. So here, we can see that it goes from a prospect to a lead to qualified to an opportunity. So it goes from marketing to sales, right? Tracking and analytics. So Google Analytics, Facebook Pixel, Bing Ads, retarget, optimize your budget, track specific important metrics or specific events that are important to your company, create reports to track performance. Budget and ROI. So ad costs, optimizing daily, budget as you go. So it's really important to optimize your budget as you go, because that in itself will help you with your rankings. So Google Ads, Facebook Ads, Bing Ads, native ads. Be aware of your retargeting costs. Be aware of all the possible automation angles. Be aware of how you can always optimize. So optimizing and testing. Google Ads optimization just essentially means, for the most part, adjusting your budget, your daily budget. The same thing for Facebook Ads. Google Ads retargeting is after you have built an audience. So as an example, if you were promoting a random product, let's say a baseball, you probably would want to grow your PPC via Facebook Ads and have them being delivered to your website. So you have data being built based off the visitors by using Google Analytics and Facebook Pixel. So after you have this data, you can segment this audience to where you can target specific people on Facebook, just assuming that, you know, a lot of these people will be on Facebook. So you can retarget them via Google, via Facebook. Optimize your SEO is extremely important. So create blog articles, super important. Always know your reports to track your marketing performances. So create, maintain reports to track marketing performance. So you always want to create reports. So I wrote a list here of 6 possible reports that you could create. So you have a customer acquisition report, a organic traffic landing page report, email assessment report, device comparison report, time of the day of the week transaction report, conversion funnel visualization report. So you can see here for the first one, the customer acquisition report. The customer acquisition report, this report will show your clients how their customers are landing on site and what channels are contributing to the most revenue to their business. So you can see here, revenue. So e-commerce data for each acquisition channel is broken down to total revenue, average order value, total and conversion rate. That way they can identify what specific channels they should increase or decrease their marketing efforts on. So that in itself can tell you where you should be cashing in a way, you know, where you should be putting your most budget on. So for organic traffic landing page report is to help you see for organic traffic. Not only does this report filter your traffic by organic session landing pages, so all the organic visitors, all those visits that are just going on your website on their own without you having to pay for ads or them clicking on an ad. This will also show you a snapshot of your most profitable landing pages for organically sourced visitors. Manual assessment of what content or keywords could be driving your organic traffic, as well as what pages could be used for some extra SEO. So in essence, which words are performing the best and which words could you use the most to improve your SEO for extra love. So organic traffic landing pages is tracking the performance of your landing page on your website. Email assessment report. If your client plans to use email marketing to drive return traffic to their store, the email assessment report will help them understand the role in their campaigns that their campaigns play in sales. So in essence, how well are those email marketing campaigns working? If you were, as an example, combining email marketing software. As an example, you could use Aweber or MailChimp or Infusionsoft, along with a specific URL to help you track the performance of how much those clicks are being used, as an example. So here they're just strictly showing these metrics, as you can see, the bounce rate, the revenue, and the transactions, and the conversion rate. Device comparison report. So this would be mobile users behave differently than desktop users. They will arrive on your client's site through unique channels and will interact with the site in unique ways. The device comparison report includes 2 views that allow your clients to better understand the differences between their mobile and desktop customers. So how do mobile visitors behave on your website versus desktop visitors? Information like that is actually really important because it could lead you to where you're losing out on a lot of visitors that are checking out your content, and you're not having the right strategy set in place or the right platform set in place to help you capture those potential leads. Time of the day of the week transaction report. The time of the day of the week transaction report offers your clients a detailed view of their past week of sales. This report helps identify which hours of the days of the week and combination of both lead to their highest levels of sales. What's great about this report is that it will allow your client to isolate particular days or hours that are performing poorly in terms of revenue. This information presents an opportunity for them to run special marketing promotions during these periods to increase traffic as well as sales. So knowing what times of the day perform the best is really important to know. Conversion funnel visualization report. The conversion funnel visualization report comes standards and analytics and will help your client understand the effectiveness of their checkout funnel. So checkout funnel. It will allow them to see where potential customers are dropping off in the checkout flow, and which can be used to drive optimization efforts. So it's the funnel to get them to check out, meaning to buy a specific product. So you'll see how it says contact, shipping, payment, place an order, and checkout is probably the last one. Let me see. Let me actually move this. No, it's not. So place an order. So that would be the checkout. So this is a 4-page funnel, as you can see, 4 pages, and you're trying to see how each one performs. Okay, so for now, this is just an overview of the entire process. So I hope this helped. My name is Jeffrey, checking out. Thank you.